Is Russian, Odin, number one, and the name of the god Odin connected? No. Is Etruscan, aesar, or something like that, god, and Old Norse aesir, pagan gods, connected? No. And what tells you that is the timeline. We can establish histories for these words without referring to these connections to languages that don't have at least a close relationship to Old Norse. The easiest one to demonstrate there is aesir, because, or aesir in modern Icelandic pronunciation, but no Viking said it that way. That is the word for gods in Old Norse, so 800 years ago, 1,000 years ago. It is not the name of the pagan gods in the ancestor of Old Norse from 2,000 years ago, when Etruscan might still have been vestigially spoken. Our source for this name, aesar, or something like that, as a word for God in Etruscan, is Cassius Dio, who says that around when Augustus died, which was in AD 14, that a lightning strike took a C off of an inscription with the name of Caesar, and that seers thought this was significant because that created an Etruscan word for God. Well, that AE vowel we don't otherwise see in Etruscan, so it probably wasn't really there. This is probably just a Roman speaker saying like, that kind of looks like how an Etruscan word would sound. Etruscan word that this is based on might have been like aesar or something like that. But it's a coincidence that that looks like the word in Old Norse 1,000 years later, because the R in the Old Norse word wasn't an R back when, Augustus died. When Augustus died, that was a Z. The plural for gods in Proto-Germanic should have been Ansuiz, or Ansuiz. And the I in that ending is actually what changed the A in the root into that A vowel, which is spelled as an AE ligature in standardized Old Norse. By the way, in a lot of Old Norse manuscripts, they spell it as an E with a hook. So, coincidentally, you wind up with a plural word in Old Norse about 1,000 years ago that looks like a singular word, maybe, in Etruscan about 2,000 years ago. But when Etruscan was spoken, the words did not sound similar at all. So they don't have a connection, and we know that the word in Germanic has its own long history. We see the same word in Old High German names spelled with ans, and we know that it's related to, for example, Sanskrit Ashura, because of regular correspondences between these languages.